what we're looking forward to. So as I was saying, this is an extraordinary community of people who have always fought for civil rights and for the rights of all people to speak when it is their turn to speak. And of course, all voices are important, and I say that in true sincerity. But I want to talk a bit about the work of this community in the context of the civil rights movement. My parents met when they were active in the civil rights movement. They took me to those marches when I was in a stroller. And I grew up then in a community like this one, where the people who were raising us, I look at Devin, I think about my childhood. We grew up in a community of people who, when we were young, they told us literally, you are young, gifted, and Black. They taught us that we could do anything and should never be burdened by the limitations of other people to be able or not be able to see what can be. And this is that community who understands and can see what is possible unburdened by what has been. We collectively, I know, were raised and taught to understand we have a duty to serve in the fight for freedom, opportunity, and justice for all. And it is that sense of duty, not if you feel like it, duty, which guides us at this very moment. We are today 117 days out from the election. And I know many of us have been involved in these elections every 4 years, and nearly every time we say, this is the one. This here is the one. This is the one. The most existential, consequential, and important election of our lifetime. Now, we always knew this election would be tough, and the past few days have been a reminder that running for president of the United States is never easy, nor should it be. But one thing we know about our president, Joe Biden, is that he is a fighter. He is a fighter. And he is the first to say, when you get knocked down, you get back up. You get back up. So we will continue to fight, and we will continue to organize, and in November we will win. We will win, because we know what's at stake. And in this election, there can be no doubt who you can count on to fight for you when it counts. It's simple. President Biden and I fight for the American people. Donald Trump does not. He fights for himself. Roy talked about it. Look at the issue of affordable health care. When Donald Trump was in the White House, he tried more than 60 times, to end the Affordable Care Act, to take health care back from millions of Americans, including 3 million Black Americans, to once again give insurance companies the power to deny coverage to people with pre-existing conditions. You remember that? Remember what that was like? When people were being denied health care because of a pre-existing condition? Children with asthma? Women who had survived breast cancer? Grandparents with diabetes? Let's not forget what not too long ago that kind of perspective means and meant to real people, our relatives, our friends. President Joe Biden and I, on the other hand, have defended the Affordable Care Act and made it stronger. Because we know access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege for those who can afford it. With your support, we also have the strength to finally take on big pharma and lower the cost of prescription drugs. It was with the knowledge that Black people are 60% more likely to have diabetes, Latinos 70% more likely to have diabetes, that we capped the cost of insulin for our seniors at $35 a month. Because we listened and heard and are clear about who we represent, we are finally making it so that medical debt can no longer be used against your credit score. There's the issue of student loan debt. When Donald Trump was in the White House, he tried to end student loan forgiveness for public servants. Who are our public servants? Well, they include our teachers, nurses, firefighters. Joe Biden, on the other hand, Joe Biden and I, well, we have forgiven student loan debt for nearly 5 million Americans. And twice as much for our public servants. We, together with you, have also taken on the issue of gun violence, knowing the tragic reality. Greensboro, gun violence today in America is the #1 killer of the children of America. Think about that. Not car accidents, not some form of cancer. Gun violence is the #1 killer of the children of America. And Black Americans are 10 times as likely to be the victim of gun homicide. You know, over the years, you all know as a former prosecutor, over the years, I have held the hands of far too many mothers and fathers and tried to comfort them after their child was killed by gun violence, both in mass shootings and what we call everyday gun violence. So Joe Biden and I decided to prioritize this issue, and to address this crisis, we passed the first major gun safety law in nearly 30 years. A bipartisan law to strengthen background checks. We created the first White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, which I lead. We invested $1 billion to hire mental health counselors in public schools to help heal the mental trauma of gun violence. Because far too many of our children go to school every day learning about how this could impact them in a very real way. Last fall, I did a tour speaking with Gen Z. I love Gen Z. And I'd ask them, raise your hand if you have ever had to, in schools, anytime between kindergarten and 12th grade, I'd ask them, have you had to endure an active shooter drill? And to the older adults here, I will tell you it is bone chilling when they respond. Almost every hand went up. These are very real issues. On the other hand, Donald Trump opposed reasonable gun safety reforms and cut funding for gun violence prevention. We simply know we cannot count on Donald Trump to help keep America and Americans safe, not here at home and not on the world stage. And yes, I am also talking then about national security. This week, our president, Joe Biden, is hosting more than 30 global leaders in Washington, D.C. for the NATO summit. Now, NATO is the greatest military alliance the world has ever known. And thanks to our president, Joe Biden, thanks to Joe Biden, if there is one single person who deserves credit in the world for strengthening NATO, making it stronger, making it more united and more effective, that is Joe Biden. That is Joe Biden. And having made it more effective, then together with our allies around the globe, we are standing up to the dictator Putin. All to ensure America is strong and Americans are safe. On the other hand, do watch, because it's not new. On the other hand, watch as Donald Trump has embraced Putin. Watch that. It's not just happening today, it's been happening. As Trump, threatened to abandon NATO and encouraged Putin to invade our allies. He even said Russia can, and I'm going to quote him now, and forgive the use of the word, but he said, quote, Russia can, quote, do whatever the hell they want. And he wants to be the president of the United States? And understand, as Trump bows down to dictators, he makes America weak. And that is disqualifying for someone who wants to be commander-in-chief of the United States of America. That is
talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
2, 3, 4, 5. Live. Welcome to Hoodview Politics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones. And now
I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother. And can y'all hear me this evening?
Yeah, we can. For sure, we can hear you, my nigga.
I have some technical difficulties over here.
Yeah, we can hear you. Appreciate you a whole lot. Appreciate everybody tonight tuning in as we go into some deep, detailed dives of politics for sure. Well, my man, the #1 soul brother, as y'all know, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't make it into podcast pit tonight, but he damn sure here. You know what I'm saying? And we also got the Godfather, you know? There's a lot to get into. You know what I'm saying? Over the last couple of weeks, we got a lot of things to get into for the last couple of weeks because the #1 soul, Godfather haven't been here, right? So we need to get his thoughts on a few things here. First, the debate. I need your first impressions of the debate. Oh shit!
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think for the debate, I felt like if I was the president, the president answered every single question that he was given. He may stumble, but he answered every single question. But for him to rebuttal on so many lies that was pointed towards him that Trump was doing, his mouth, he just stuck in shock. And nobody's contesting the lies that Trump was saying and things like that. So he's just like in complete shock. Like the lies just piling up. And then he was saying that Biden was the one that was doing it. So he was like, it's everything you did in your whole administration, you put it on me. Like what? So it kind of like paused him and stuck him, on that aspect. But at the end of the day, they dwelling on that. Trump said about 55 lies in there. So why we are talking about that right there?
Now, I asked you that because I want to get you. Did you watch it? You watched the debate?
Yeah, I watched it.
I just wanted your first impressions. Your first impressions, like me and Tony had our impression. Everybody heard it, right? My first impression was the same thing I knew from the beginning. This nigga old as fuck. It it wasn't no different. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, the debate did two things: show two people, and you knew who they were. He's a fucking liar, and main man just old and stumble of words. So you got the same thing when you left. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, when you watch the debate and shit. But I was more like I watched debate 3 times since then. It's not even as bad as motherfuckers making it. To be honest with you, he had those 2 situations where he said, first of all, he mixed some words up on one joint, and then he said something about Medicaid. But if you listen to the whole, if it was a transcript and you didn't watch the 2 people, he will win the debate on points alone. If you just go off debates where you supposed to score debates, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go off just the TV, that's when he lose because that's when he get to study in people's faces and shit and not remembering shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to watch the transcript, read the transcript, you won't get the same feeling. You'll get the feeling of somebody over here is just not even answer the questions, and you'll get this person of just answer the question, but it's slow and some of the shit is stuttering. You know what I'm saying? But you still get the answers. You feel me?
Yeah, that's why I say he answered every single question that was given to him. Whether he stumbled or muffled, but at the same time,
Yeah.
the lies that my mouth was like biting mouth, like God damn, somebody gonna say something about these lies, like you know,
Me
somebody ain't saying nothing about the lies.
imagine that. Then the motherfucking media say, all right, you supposed to motherfucking the
Yeah,
person debating supposed to motherfucking you feel the same way too? That the
it's
person
like
debating should combat all
rebuttal.
the lies?
Yeah, but my thing is this: you was given a question to answer, so you're answering the question that you was given. Now your opponent is given the same question, but he didn't answer the question. He just thought of something to say
Yeah.
around the question because he didn't answer the question. So everybody looking like, where's the answer to the question at? Why are you saying what are you talking about? Everybody
Yeah,
lost, like, dude, what are you talking about? You're not answering the
that's true.
question.
That's true.
So
But
you puzzled and stuff.
I don't think like when you're debating, I don't think you should be the fact, you know what I'm saying, checking behind this fool. I
Exactly.
just don't think that you didn't even have enough time to say what you got to say and fact check him. You know what
You
I'm
got
saying?
60 seconds.
Yeah. So I think CNN just I don't know what the fuck they do because the 2 moderators don't have to fact check them. You can put the facts strolling bitches across the screen. Like
Exactly.
soon as he say, I did the 35 cap on motherfucking insulin. You could stroll across the screen. The bill was done in 2022. He was not president, and you can keep going. You ain't got to say
Exactly.
shit. You feel me? But y'all chose to not even put the facts out when somebody lied. That's just crazy.
Exactly.
You was like,
But
CNN was complicit to Trump just saying any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what are y'all doing?
they made it bad for Biden by doing that. So it's
Oh,
like,
Biden fucked that up himself. But it made it so bad that Trump didn't win the debate. You feel me?
he didn't.
This nigga right here lost the debate, you know? And if you go and just, if you just close your eyes and look at the transcripts, he won the debate on points on how you do debating. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's the key thing about it. That's the wild part about that because he actually won the debate because that person right there didn't answer no question at all. So,
Zero.
and he asked him the questions and gave his detailed answers. Some of it was jumbled, some of this shit was wrong names and shit, but he answered the questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The other person skipped the questions at all costs.
Ran off to somewhere else.
Exactly. But I don't think, yeah, but you're right though. You know what I'm saying? But now listen to hers, right? They talking about getting rid of like the Democrats right now. What do you feel about this right here? Hold on, Tony, you good? What do you feel about the whole thing of Democrats telling him to step down and all that? How you feel about that that's going on lately?
I feel like everybody they went through all these primaries
Yeah.
and everybody selected their candidate they wanted to win to be the presidential candidate. Um, I can say that if y'all want them to, y'all would want him to sit down, y'all would go in close quarters y'all all talking amongst yourselves with the president instead of everybody having their own individual say, because all you're doing is making the situation worse on a political aspect. Because everybody gonna keep drawing it out and keep asking the same questions instead of asking the fact that what's Project 25? Why we ain't talking about Project 25 right now?
Exactly.
But you're still talking about the Biden need to leave, Biden need to leave, Biden need to leave. But what about Project 25?
Yeah,
Right now.
we talked about that the other day. You good, Tony? You no. We talked about the Project 25 the other day, right? And we ain't going into deep detailed dives of what it is, but the fact that people don't really know what that is, and Trump saying I don't know nothing about it, it's good because I really feel that uh the BET Awards, what's her name? Taji Henson, her,
Taji Henson.
yeah.
You
I really
watching?
think
You get in contact with me, Taji Henson? Mental health awareness.
I really think her putting it out on the front street on BET Awards started the problems for the Republicans that was hiding 2025, right? Because it's easy to hide it if you got your opponent worried about is he too old or not, right? You can just hide the 2025, just keep on sliding to your convention and boom, here it 2025. You know what I'm saying? But BET Awards fucked the joint up where now everybody know about it. And what happened after that? Trump, I don't know about that. Who did
Exactly.
that? Like, what the fuck?
But the thing is the thing is in 20, I think he did a press conference in 2022 or 2017. He stated about the project. He said all the people he was going to bring on board to help, facilitate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So how all of a sudden you don't know nothing about it? Like,
What he said was once we get the mandate to get back in the White House to take our country over again, we're gonna have a script on what we want to do. And we're gonna get that from X, Y, and Z when they fix it up, right? So once they fixed it up, they called it. He made this happen by saying they gonna make it. They gonna give you the guidelines of what we gonna do when we run, right? So they took that as let's make what the fuck he want, right? So what they did was made what he want, period. And it's called 2025 project because it's the project he wanted for the Republicans to do. You know what I'm saying now? And they just researched 200 motherfucker ex-motherfucker people that was in around his orbit, did that. They the ones crafted this shit.
mhm.
Now, 2025, man, is just so deep, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying, dog? So, oh no, you heard some things out of 2025 up until now? You know some of the issues in the joint?
I don't want to really talk about it because I don't want to really say. 'Cause I don't see two different versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to really say and get in detail of it. But most of both the versions are basically almost like 80% the same. It just some things are worded differently. Maybe it mean the same. I don't know. That's why people just need to really look at it, read it yourselves, read it. So way you can visually see it and read it. Yeah.
True. I mean, one aspect is getting rid of the motherfucking Department of Education. Let's stay there. What you think about that?
Because what they're trying to do, they're trying to force everyone to go under the religious law. That's again, state don't have nothing. State and religion separate. Excuse me, that's why in
Yeah.
Louisiana. That's why in Louisiana already, and from elementary to college, you will recite the Pledge of Allegiance and you will know the Ten Commandments. It's already state law in Louisiana, and it's
Yeah.
already done been
Yeah.
trickled into most of the other states.
We
They're
talked about
trying
it.
to They try to get everybody into one, just like how Russia got their country just one, and they want to have their own propaganda, talk about what they want to talk about, blah 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 blah, blah, and we just isolated,
True.
and all the riches are going to one person and his
Now,
family.
Exactly. That's what the vice president. When we started this podcast, we had Vice President Kamala, right? And she, in that speech, laid out a lot of differences between Biden and motherfucking Trump, right? But I want to ask you, if they wasn't somehow, if Biden was to come out tomorrow and say, all right, I'm just too old, man. I don't even feel like doing this no more. Y'all blowing the shit out of me, right? And do you feel comfortable with Kamala just taking over? Or do you want it a wide open joint where you just find any fucking body from anywhere?
No, I rather consistency is key. If he decides to step down, I prefer just go ahead and let her do it because she already knows the foundation that bridge that he started from Trump, taking over from Trump. He was the key. He's the bridge to the future. So I think since he's already got the fundamental of everything in place for the next 4 years, she already knows what it is. Just let her take over and add more to what's already there. And somebody else coming in and have to try to figure out, and they may just take away things and add things. You never know.
Exactly.
But
And
the thing is,
on top of that, to me, like if the Democratic Party, if he was to say he moving out, like to me, they'd be forcing him out for real, right? So if they then say, all right, we just gonna have an open thing, let's skip over Camilla, man, they tripping, bro. They gonna lose this fucking election. There's no way Democrats can win without us as black people involved in their politics, bro. If we not voting, they gonna fucking lose across the nation. Period. That's just the bottom line with Democrats. That's why I say us as black people, we have to be Democrats. When people be like, y'all in a Democratic plantation or some shit, right? But at the same time, this party listen to what we want. This party listen to our problem. You feel me? This party ask us what we want. This party does reaction. Once we tell them what we want, they react to that and do it. You feel me? So that's why we follow the Democratic Party since the 60s, because they do what we need done, period. You know what I'm saying? And to me, if you skip over Camilla, you smacking black people in the face like, fuck y'all. She not a viable. And first of all, she more viable right now, but if you would say the three of them, she more viable president than Trump or Biden, be honest with you, bro. If you want to take us in the future, she is it. I don't give a fuck who Trump pull out his ass to make his vice president. She gonna be still it. Right? And to me, she done got good. She done got way better than she was at first in motherfucking speeches and motherfucking rallies. And to me, if Biden was to win the election and we go into the first year and he say he had to step away, I won't give a fuck. In fact, I would love that. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to get past Trump, you know?
Yeah, I just think that these last 2 years, she should have been more forceful with her words. She should have been more engaged. Now I think that she feel like she got to get more engaged because she may be a pick, but her numbers are moderate, and that's just hurting her right now as the vice president. Her numbers are moderate. She should have came out already after the second year more forceful. I'm not saying her policies that she helped put in place, the guns down thing she did, all that stuff. Yeah, she did all that. Innovation for more black women and things like that. Yeah, she did all that. But when it comes to the prime stage of what's going on in the world in the whole, she should have been more forceful. She should have been more out there with Biden, more powerful, showing that she's more of a leader than anything. Because it's because what's going to happen is if Biden does win, unless Biden does either pass away or Biden say, "Hey, where's her strength at?" She's not displaying it. And she need to start doing that now. She's already behind the power curve.
Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, I mean, she can't jump out there. She can't jump out there and step on that man's toes, because if she does, the what they saying now is gonna get worse. They're gonna say that she running nothing, and he is incapable, and she doing everything. Then they gonna try to put everything on her. So they're trying to they're already trying to find a way to to rag on her anyway. So she got to do whatever he tell her to do, or whatever her
What would you think though if she was to go, if Biden was to step down? Are you comfortable with her being president?
Why wouldn't you be? If nobody wasn't comfortable with her when he put her on the ticket, it would have been a problem. It would have been a problem 4 years ago. It wasn't a problem 4 years ago with her being next in line. Why is the problem with her being next in line now?
That's what I don't get.
Because you know why? Yeah, the first 4 years, yeah, she was on the ticket. But since they are incumbent, they don't want to replace a vice president in an incumbent situation. That's gonna make the Democratic Party even more weak, and that's gonna let the Black Party know that, hey, why after 4 years they did good? Why are you just getting rid of her and bringing in a new vice president?
Yeah, it's not gonna work. You cannot
jump
over her and put
do that.
Some white person in it. Bruh, you cannot do that.
Period.
Huh?
You cannot jump over. You cannot get her off the ticket. No way, no how, no shape.
No, you can't do it.
You can't do it because
it'll be a disaster if you take her off the ticket and Biden off the ticket and give her some new shit. You want something different, bro. ASAP.
You cannot disenfranchise the black vote. If you take her off, you lose the black vote.
Man, you tripping.
If you take her off, you're gonna lose at least half of the women vote. That means you lose. That means you lose,
bro. You gotta go with this ticket
off, you lose.
No, but I just think that we all jumping the gun a little too quick.
No, I'm talking about as far as what they doing is that you got senators jumping out here, congressmen jumping out here saying they get it's like 17 of them, right? Okay. Out of 200 and something, right? But it's still them doing that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you
how many of them jump out there. They can't take that man off the ticket. If you take that man off, if you try to force him off, you cannot. That man they have over $100 million in donations. If you in the bank, if they take him off the ticket, only Joe and Kamala can use that money. So that means anybody else that comes in there, you start from ground zero. You are not going to beat Republicans and Trump at this stage with any candidate that's starting from ground zero. The only people that can do it, they are set up in every state. They got campaign officers, they got workers, they got people, they got volunteers, they got people knocking on doors, they got phone banks set up. They got all of it. You cannot, at 4 months before the election, put anybody out there to have a chance to beat anybody. And all the money that's been raised, only they can use it. If they don't use it, it don't go to the Democratic Party. It doesn't go to another candidate. If they use, you got to give it back. So how is in what's this, July? How is in July somebody's going to start a brand new campaign to go against these wild ass Republicans and the dirty shit they do? You can't do it. It's impossible.
I just think, like I said, we all jumping the gun too fast. My thing is this: just wait till after the Republican convention.
You got to talk to the congressman and them. Man, already told you.
No. I don't know. If y'all discussed this part though, but just wait till after the Republican convention. All they waiting on is to see who is the vice president Donald Trump is going to pick. Once they realize that, then they're gonna start making their moves. Because remember, Trump's whole campaign is based on Biden.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Hold on. I'm glad you said that. Now, it's one thing that me and Tony always butt heads on, right? Is campaign strategies. Now, me personally, I really think Trump running a good ass campaign. Tony don't feel that way. But I'm gonna tell you why though. Because even though videos are fake, even though videos are made up and clipped and you know what I'm saying, fuzzied up a little bit, but for the last 6 months, they've been throwing out videos of Biden standing still, frozen, even though it was clipped up, even though they was lies. But that's in people's minds, right? So when they do make a mistake, bow. All the work they done in their campaign to make you focus on him being old has worked. You cannot tell me that the Republicans has not, for the last 6 months, tell you that Biden is too old and been putting clips out here, even though they've been made up and been foul as fuck, make you think he don't know what's going on. And then once he did that debate, when he stumbled over words and couldn't remember something, that fall right into what they've been doing with all their money all this time. So you cannot deny that they've been running a good campaign. And then on top of that, right when it worked, they took Trump out of the picture. He ain't said shit in 2 weeks. So you cannot deny that whoever run this campaign is doing a way better job than whoever was running the campaign when he was running this shit against Hillary or Biden before. Whoever this is way more sophisticated and smarter. They know what the American people is not going to be able to stomach. So they're going to make it seem like he ain't got no part of none of that. You feel me? They got a good campaign going on, bro, whether y'all know it or not. Starting with this 2025 project. We know, everybody in the world know that's him. But the people just learning what 2025 is, he muddied the waters by saying, I don't know what that is. They don't know who told you that. You feel me? So the new people coming into 2025 thinking, hold on, he just said he don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But I've been told this is their thing. You feel me? Then you go on the Republican platform, they switched it down. Mm-hmm. They done took that off and put some new shit on there, some shit from 2016. So you got to think about what they doing. That's why I love Shorty from BET. She put these Bammers on the map and made these Bammers switch shit around. That's why I don't fuck with 50 Cent. And all these Bammers are wasting it. What's the name? God motherfucker on fucking Breakfast Club. You wasting your shit, bruh. See how simple she did that? She took the BET Awards and said, hey, guess what, y'all? 2025. Google that shit ASAP. Everybody in the world start Googling 2025. These bitch ass niggas could have done that. When you ask 50 Cent, who you voting for? You know what? I'm voting for Biden. When you want to know why? Look up 2025 and walk away. Yep. You feel me? What's his name? Charlamagne God. You know what? I don't really want to tell you who I'm voting. I'm voting for Biden, but I'm not going to campaign. But I'm tell you what, 2025. Look that up. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. You feel me? Tell black people what's the fuck in store for them, nigga. Don't hide it. And 2025 will fuck black coaches up, Hispanic coaches up. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're not white and a man, you fucked. Look the shit up. Period. I see you want to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of these higher platforms like Solomon God and all the people, they're not that just drop the ball. They just focus on stuff that don't fucking matter. Too much drama and personal lives and stuff like that. Right now, it's not the time to be in my personal lives and who slapped who got in who car, and who dated who. This is what's supposed to be happening. You need to be talking about right now. Everybody need to be talking about this right now. If you're a podcaster, a black podcaster, you need to be talking about this right now.
That's true.
Because right now, this generation sees nothing but visualization. So anything visualization that's on their phone that's going to click their attention and they're going to see whether it's negative, they're going to take it and they're going to run with it and keep going running with it.
Oh yeah,
it's up to us.
Most definitely.
To put it out there. Don't believe what y'all saying on this shit. You know, put it out there. If you're a black podcaster, please, I'm telling you, put it out there. Stop being scared. Stop worrying about who fucking who slapped who slept in who car, who bought this car, who broke. I know you need ratings. You need these ratings right now because after a while, we think it'll be none of this.
That's 100% of what reason why men, the number one soul brother, does this podcast, bro. You heard motherfucker the vice president at the beginning talking about gun violence. That's something that's serious in our black culture. These black motherfucking famous motherfuckers don't give a fuck about that because they're not here no more. Me and number one soul brother still here. So therefore, when we come on this podcast, we coming directly from the heart of the streets, literally. You know what I'm saying? Because we never left. You know? So when we come on this joint and express our feelings about gun violence, right? First of all, it's not a black person walking around in any hood that ain't have somebody lost from gun violence. First of all, that's the first problem. The number one, like she said, the vice president said, the number one killer for kids in America is gun violence. That shit is fucking crazy.
And the thing is, she didn't say black people in general. Her first verse was
in general,
she said
period.
children in general.
And
uniting.
It's the craziest shit for you to think of. The number one killer for kids is guns. That don't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like I've been shot 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I've been in shootouts. So I know the ins and outs of guns, having guns, loving guns, and getting shot by a fucking gun. You know what I'm saying? So I know what you're saying. And I know for a fact, guns in the black people community should not exist. Period. And I'm coming from a motherfucker from the streets, so dope, carry guns. You know, so I should be the motherfucker expert at this shit. Not you lawyers, not you people on TV. Me and the number one soul brother are experts on this type shit. You know what I'm saying, dog? So when we come on this podcast, we coming from street view, right? Like my man himself, been locked up before. So we coming from a value of people that been through the struggle. I've been through the motherfucking war on drugs. I survived that. You know what I'm saying? We've been through it all. And this is how we tell our story through the podcast and through politics, because it touched black people in general. ASAP, gun violence. Which one of these presidents want to stop gun violence in your hoods? It's only one. That's Biden. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You get motherfucking $35 cap on insulin. Who the fuck that benefit more? The black culture, because we diabetic all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot deny the shit these motherfucker did for us, our culture itself, bro. I don't give a fuck if you MAGA, if you're conservative Republican. I don't give a fuck. If you look at what the fuck Biden has done, you cannot deny. He done a lot of shit for black people without putting the black on the label. You know what I'm saying?
Also, Dr. Sandy, I think that's how you say his name. He made it. He's from the CDC. He said right now, gun violence is a health crisis right now.
I agree.
On CNN, he literally went on CNN and said that right now, guns is a pandemic. It's a gun pandemic right now. We're having a gun pandemic right now.
I agree.
He said that on the national stage.
I definitely agree with that.
Well, I'm gonna backtrack for a few minutes because I don't think they're running a good campaign. Because there's no way in hell if you're running a good campaign with the last 2 weeks that the Joe Biden campaign has got with his own party, with members of his own party telling him he should get out the race. There is no way this race should be tied. There is no way he should be leading in some polls and other polls that he's not leading in. It's no doing the work in the field.
Yeah, I think he's having technical Hello? Yeah, I can kind of pick up. So far as he said that.
Before you go, you didn't tell me whether or not the two campaigns are running two campaigns, good campaigns or not. Which one's running one or not? Go ahead.
All right. So I was going to piggyback off with what the Soul Brother was saying. how he's saying that Trump is not running a good campaign. And I understand that he looking at the numbers. Biden just actually came back over, back up 2% over. It's still a 50 and 48 margin right now. It just went up again today for Biden. But is Trump running a good campaign? Yes and no. He's running a great campaign against Biden, but Biden alone.
Exactly.
You take Biden out that picture, his whole campaign is crippled.
Okay, right there. You made a good point. Now, the number one soul brother just said that he is not running a good campaign, right? But all the traps they done been laying for the last 6 months, Biden has fell in it by stumbling and missing his words. Even though they clipped shit up and it was lies, their campaign did that. You know what I'm saying? They put out the false narrative of he is old, he don't know where the fuck he at, right? So the last 2 weeks, you had his own party pick up from that and just go, right?
Yeah.
So there's no need for him to even have a campaign for after this because everything he laid down before is working now, is in play. The Democrats are taking the bite for everything and eating their president up or for some shit he set up by clipping videos, having him standing there and making believing that he don't know what he's doing, even though those videos was lies. But it led up to now for 2 weeks. You can't deny 2 weeks. The motherfucking media has been asking him the same questions about his mental state, bruh. Meanwhile, he doing about 35 campaigns. He on his motherfuckers. They ask no questions. And they still act like they forgetting all that's happening and going back 2 weeks ago to the campaign. It's like, bruh, when do it stop?
I just feel like this. The Democrats are smart too.
Okay.
Maybe you plan.
They smart.
Like I say, yeah, you feeding Trump because now you seeing how he run his campaign.
Do you agree that Trump set up the fact that Biden is old or some shit? He's been setting this up for years. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
For the last 6 months.
Not for the last 6 months, for the last 2 years. It goes back to the last 2 years he's been doing it.
Exactly. But the number one soul brother is saying he's not running a good campaign. You cannot say he's not running a good campaign when everything his campaign been doing has worked. And not only worked, almost having where the Democratic nominee is getting pulled out for somebody else because of everything they laid traps for. Only thing they campaigned on this year is him old. They ain't say nothing about nothing else. So soon as he slip up, there you go.
Biden being old is baked in the cake because that was an argument. That was an argument in 2020.
It went up 8 points.
He was too old. But how can they drop an issue right in your lap? They dropped it right in your lap. Nothing that the Trump campaign said. This what dummy cracks did. The dumbass Democrats out there, dummy cracks did this. Who came out after that debate and went berserk on their own candidate.
I get
They
that.
dropped this.
But why they do that?
They lap. And why aren't you not? Why isn't he ahead? And he either tied in most polls. What Biden is leading in some polls, and the polls which he's not leading them is in the margin of error. So
that's new.
if you drop,
that's some shit they dropped in their lap, man. They gotta switch their shit back up.
Right, but there's nothing that they did. It's nothing that they did. The dumbass Democrats that's doing this stupid shit gave them this issue.
I give you that.
They
no,
gave them
no,
this issue.
that's not true. That's not true.
No, the Democrats
they grabbed onto this issue that's already been laid trapped by the Republicans.
Nah.
Period.
Biden always been baked.
Let me ask you: Do everybody know about the video when he was just looking in the sky?
Oh,
yes or no? Right?
Yeah, everybody
know about the video they clipped when he was just standing looking at nothing. Right?
Okay,
Everybody know about that.
about the video when Trump.
But hold on.
Trump couldn't identify his wife.
Hold on. But everybody didn't see the full video where somebody sitting there he was talking to, right? But they only seen him standing looking in the sky, which falls into Trump narrative of he just see now and don't know where the fuck he at. They put out more videos of him walking and not knowing where he going, even though it was clipped and cut to make it seem like that was not real. But the Democrats are picking that up and saying, I got concerns. Where you getting that from? Yeah. One debate? No. All that shit that Republicans laid out. That's where they getting it from. And they had the point where they would take their own person out because they saying he too old. The Americans don't think that. The voters don't think that. When he go into the fucking crowd, did they think he too old? Hell no.
He was just
that's what he's stupid at.
What's called it? He was just in Detroit. He was just down in Detroit doing the press conference at 6 o'clock.
No one did think that. In fact, I'm gonna tell you what happened. It made him sympathetic to the voters now because they looking at a grandpa. They're not expecting him to run no 40s and no 3.2 dash. They're expecting him to be fucking old. And when people start ragging on him for being old, that make people start defending him, bruh. And that's why you got people in these crowds screaming, Joe, Joe, Joe. 4 more years. Because you didn't have that before the debate.
You're right.
Hold on. You didn't have that before the debate. Right. People are more enthusiastic now because they want to defend him. They want to defend him now because they want to defend Grandpa. They know Grandpa is good people. And he just mixing up words and he just old. And us as black culture, we don't give a fuck if the nigga slob on the mic. We don't need Trump in there at all. So that's where black people coming from. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care who. I don't really don't care who is the Democratic Party candidate is. Nobody in the black culture should be voting for Trump.
And no Democrat should pick up on Republican taglines and Republican hit jobs to help them. That's why this motherfucker ain't said shit in 2 weeks. Why? He ain't got to spend no money. He ain't got to talk. He just let Democrats. He can let Democrats do it because he set these fools up to do it.
You got like 17, you got like 16, 17 Democrats in the fucking House. You got 1 or 2 in the Senate. You got dumb motherfuckers like George Clooney, Rob Reiner, and a couple of others. You got these two motherfuckers doing the job of the motherfucker that the Republicans should be doing.
They're picking up the torch. Now you feel me?
But the problem with the shit is backfiring on them is this.
People are saying he's sympathetic. They're sympathetic to Joe now.
He had 80. Look, the black people are the backbone of the Democratic Party. He had 80%.
Thank you, baby.
In his corner. That went tonight. He has 90% in the polls. He has 90% of the black vote. I've been told y'all, no Republican is ever going to get past like 16, 17, maybe 18% of the black vote. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Not only that, when people say Trump is gaining in black votes and culture, it's a bold.
I told you that was a lie.
When you can see that was a lie. When you can look at Biden himself getting black votes himself, and they defending him themselves, bruh. You don't see that in Republican Party. You see that with Democrats. I mean, Republicans. You see that with Biden, where
I told you
after the debate, everybody is sympathetic to him. If you go here in Detroit, you go in a black crowd, they're gonna love him. He went in the church. They overfilled the church, 600 people. They couldn't put nobody else in there. Why? Because we feel like now y'all doing too much. Now y'all trying to get rid of him, and y'all want to skip over my girl. Y'all doing too fucking much. Shut the fuck up and let's do this. That's how the black culture feel and Hispanic culture feel right now.
I just feel like
he gone up in Hispanic support. He's gone up in black support, which he already had.
Now you see what I'm saying.
The dumb shit they doing is backfiring because what they doing is they're alienating the elites of the party, the upper crest of the party is alienating they alienating the working class because white people is pissed off too because the poor white people of the Democratic Party who Joe Biden fights for, the George Clooney's, the Rob Reiners, and all of these. Look, it's only one black elected official that has come out against Joe Biden, telling him he should get out, and that's the Lieutenant Governor of New York. That's it. That's it. And look, black people notice it. I've been told you, black people are not stupid. Black people pay attention. When you got on here and said that you thought that Tim Scott would come out here with this cotton field of Congress bullshit he was talking about, and I told you it wasn't going to work because black people would spot a fraud a mile away. That's why Republicans ain't going to never get the black vote.
So you tell me, if Trump was to put him on a ticket tomorrow, his story.
He's not.
Hold on. So you saying that's what you say? You say that? Cool.
I'm telling you.
Let's say if you pick Tim Scott, and it's him and Tim Scott, and Tim Scott sit in front of Kamala Harris and say his grandfather's picked cotton, and then he in the Congress. You don't think that's a powerful motherfucking statement, bro? You can't deny that,
but not for him.
No, you can't deny that, bro.
It won't work because she got a hell of a story too. She got
that's
a hell of a story
that's
appeals
cool
to black people too.
That's cool, but now Trump has somebody with a similar story as a slave culture.
No,
he has one on his team. You can't tell me that wouldn't help. But you got to realize, black vote is not in Republicans. It won't help overall though. But their goal because to chip the votes a little bit.
Look, black people do not fuck with Tim Scott. Period. They don't fuck with Tim Scott.
Yeah, that's cool to say that, but put him on the national stage where his story goes.
He's already on. Look,
if he in the Congress,
look,
that's tough.
Look, if his story had any legs to it and people could relate to it, he would not have been the first one to drop out of the Republican primary.
If this Bama was a Democrat, you what are you talking about? Now you see what I'm saying? He in the Republican Party. That's why.
If he was a Democrat, he
would be a problem.
He still can't go up against Cameron because her story is just as fucking powerful. Her story is powerful. She's the first black woman she broke a glass ceiling that nobody ever thought a black woman would break, and that's to be vice president of the United States.
Now you gotta remember that's only because
women would get there.
That's only because Biden picked her. You gotta remember that.
How she got there? She got there and she broke it. She got there and she's a graduate. She's a graduate of a historically black college, Howard University. Then she got out there. Once she got in there, what did she do? She got together with this president that picked her, and she gave back. She helped to give back to the colleges that she came from and her community to
HBCU. How much, Tony?
$16 billion. And you cannot put that up against a man that he voted against that. He voted against that. You cannot, when she can go out there and say, yes, I'm the first black woman. I broke that glass ceiling for black girls to do that. Black girls can be anything they want. And when I got in there, no, I didn't leave my people hanging. I came from HBCU. And you know what? Me and this man that I've got in here with, we gave more back than anybody. 16 billion. That's giving back to your community. That's relating.
True.
Tim Scott doesn't have that on his record. Nowhere. He cannot fuck with her.
No,
because
that's beside the point.
Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna say this one thing. I want y'all to really pay attention to why I say this. Who is Kamala Vice President Harris' husband?
Don't do it to me, bro. Don't break my heart.
Douglas Emhoff. He's white.
Don't do it.
It's not about white. It's not about white. I ain't talking about the race. Is race. I ain't talking about
Douglas Emhoff.
It's you.
Enough said.
But now, don't get me mad about my black ladies fucking with these white dudes. Don't do
it's not about her being married to a white man.
To me, but
it's not about her. To me, it's not about marriage to the white man. But what moves? What runs the entertainment world? Who runs the entertainment world?
Jews.
But wait. She, to me, I'm gonna tell you my problem. Only problem I always had with her, right, is she don't acknowledge and specifically say I'm a black. For example, when she discussing black issues, she just discussed black issues without saying we. You know what I'm saying? As black people, we as black people. You feel me? I don't like that. Now, today was the first time I listened to her when she said, "You know our story as black people." Now, she included herself that time. I like that. Now she got to do more of that because when she speak most of the time, it's just more in general. She don't put herself in the class with
That,
black people. You
that's
feel
what
me?
I mean by she has to be more forceful at the beginning. I'm not saying her to telling her to overstep Biden's reign, but she know that she is next in command. Biden could pass there tomorrow. It's right now Biden could pass there tomorrow, and she's the president.
Exactly. That's
She
why
has
they
to
did
be more forceful with her action, with her words, when she out there talking, and that saying that including herself into things like, like how you said today. She said that we, our story, we as black people. She needs to start
it.
including herself and be more forceful. Because at the end of the day, if they do win, she will be president sometime in this next 4 years.
Yeah.
Very possible. Very much possible.
Yeah. I think that's. And then you gotta remember now, most white voters that vote for Trump think of that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want her to be president, and that what they think
No,
of is him
no.
killing over and her being president. They don't want no black
I
lady
got
in there.
news for you. I got news for you. Them motherfuckers that's coming out in the Democratic Party and talking about he should step aside and they're not mentioning her. They don't want her to be president either.
Let's talk about that. Why though? Let's talk about that. Like, what will make them want to skip completely over the first black? Now remember, she wouldn't be there if Biden didn't pick her. Now we gotta give them credit, bruh. Now, what will make them say, okay, you know what? Biden, you too old, and you know what? Let's just skip over her too and go to what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that?
Really,
I just believe.
really. You don't know why.
I'm telling y'all, it's a strategy. Cause they
You don't.
already know they got fucked over with this old age shit. They know that
You
already.
don't. Y'all really don't know
So
why.
you got me on mute.
Go ahead, you good?
Oh, so it's like this. Like, okay, we don't know who Trump VP is. So why put up a narrative that we're gonna go ahead and throw Kamala Harris up there? Why not just play a part? We don't know who we're going to go. The Democrats, the money go here, the money go here. This person don't get them money. So while they thinking the Democrats are focusing on that, they quiet down there because they don't know what their next move is either. Because the wrong vice president could fuck up his president, fuck up him being elected.
Everybody pick gonna
So,
be the wrong vice president, bro.
but
The
no,
four people that
But
Trump
because, no,
picking from.
it's only three now.
And,
It's only three now.
And
Or ain't no
trust me,
I
black
think
people.
it's three. I don't
And
think Tim
all 12
Scott's
ain't no
going to
black
get it. I
people.
think
No.
JD Vance is going to get it, and JD.
y'all got to
No.
be careful because this is Trump. It could be somebody not even on this fucking list. He could pull out his asshole. He just
That's
needs
why they,
somebody to suck his dick.
but that's why they're not going to choose it. That's why they're going. That's why they know these people forcing the issue. I believe that the Democrats are forcing the issue about putting Biden out. What they're doing is, if Biden's still going to stay in, like you said, they're going to fill this empty car because they already know how to. I think they already strategized down the line already. But if they do say, okay, let them be confused until we figure out who we pick as vice president. Because once we pick up vice president, then guess what? We can move. Then we can move Kamala Harris. Then we can know who to pick as her vice president.
Mm-hmm.
See, everything's a strategy game. We got so yeah, they already blew the power curve. They already blew the power curve with the age. So they said, okay, how can we counteract that? Okay, let's find out who we're gonna pick as his VP. Then we can determine how we're gonna move around with the president and the vice president. And if we're gonna move that direction, we already just figured out who the vice president is, who Kamala Harris vice president is gonna be. It's not gonna be taking her out. It's looking for who can replace her as VP. But they ain't saying that yet because they want to figure out who he gonna pick as VP first because his VP matters a whole A lot.
My thing is, yeah, it really don't, bro.
It
But my
does.
thing is, as far as Democrats are concerned, is they want to take it out of the fact that 15 million, 14 million people voted for Biden as he crisscrossed the country, right?
Still doing it.
They want to take that out and say, fuck that, and put it in the hands of 2-3 people. This is odd for Democrats to do, bro. It's like they the ones against the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And then they want to take it out of the voters' hand and put it in somebody, 2 or 3 people, maybe Biden, maybe Hillary, or whoever the fuck they want to figure this shit out. It's like, what? That means Biden wasted his fucking time for a year running around the country talking to people. Like, that happened. Whether y'all know that or not, he went around the country talking to people and they kept voting for him. You know what I'm saying? It's just odd as fuck for you to jump up and say, you know what? I don't even think you could win. Let's just find somebody else. And you, Camilla, you move too. Let's find somebody else. Like, what? Like, nobody voted for these two? What is that?
I'm about to explain this to y'all. This and this. I don't see how you don't know this. Look, Biden himself has done a lot for the black cause. A lot for the black cause. If you look at this, the courts alone, he put first black Supreme Court woman justice on, and on the lower courts, he has filled it up with black women. Not to mention, he has a black woman vice president. If you're coming off of the heels of Barack Obama, who was a successful president, a very successful president, then you're coming off of Joe Biden, who's a very successful president, along with a successful black woman president, a vice president, that is. It is people out there that don't want to see that don't want that, and don't want her, because if she happens to be the next president, either by him not able to do 4 more years or whatever, God forbid he should die, she is president. And guess what the black bench looks behind her? Guess what it looks like? Coming up behind her is, you got Kamala Harris. Coming up behind her, you have Hakeem Jeffries. Coming up behind him, you have Wes Moore. Coming up after him, you have the black girl down in Houston, Jasmine Crockett.
Oh my God, my baby.
Look,
Crockett.
You cannot believe me in that. The bench and the black politicians that's coming up, that's able to be president, vice president, secretary of state, chief of staff. The bench is deep, and they want to. You got people, elites in the Democratic Party, that want to shut that down before it gets started. Because if you get a successful black woman president in there, it is over. It is not going to be a white man's job.
So hold on now. Let me make sure I'm with you here.
He lost me a little bit.
Tony, the number one soul brother, is a Democrat. And he's saying that Democrats are the problem. Right?
Yeah.
Am I clear?
Yeah, they are the problem right now.
Okay. And not only that, you saying Democrats are trying to take him out. Right?
Look.
That's what I'm hearing.
Look. All you have to do, look who's trying to force him out, and you look who's backing him up.
Okay.
Like I just told y'all, it's only one black elected Democrat politician that came out and said Joe Biden need to drop out, and that's the lieutenant governor of New York. He don't mean shit.
And everybody got to understand the CBC Congressional Black Caucus, they already said they with Biden.
I believe everybody. Oh, did that fail to mention to y'all that after the fucked up whatever that was the other day, that same night, you know how much money Biden raised
Yep.
that same night?
That's me. My point is that everybody on TV and the officials that saying I'm not with them, they disconnected with the voters. You feel me? Like the voters are feeling like, you know what? I'm gonna back my old man. He Grandpa Joe. You feel me? I want to make sure motherfuckers, y'all trying to fuck over him. He been looking out for me. You know, cap kiss Vincent. You know what I'm saying? $35.
Strategy.
Look,
He
Strategy.
done got rid of the motherfucking debt, student loan debt. It ain't like he ain't done shit. And then he would have solved the motherfucking, whether everybody don't remember or not, he would have solved the motherfucking immigration crisis if Trump ain't tell the Republicans not to sign it.
yep.
And guess what? And guess what?
You
It
know
was a
how many bills that would have been if he would have signed that one? It'd been
and guess,
catastrophically one of the top motherfucking presidents ever.
yeah, but only that, it was written by a Republican. The bill was the president let a Republican write the bill from Oklahoma. He wrote the bill and gave it to the president, and the president said he'll sign. You know, he'll sign it. A Republican wrote that bill, and he told the Republicans
Yeah.
don't sign
Any MAGAs listening right now, you scream about the fucking border.
Look,
This had more funds for border patrol, funds for keeping people out of the border, first of all, coming from over through the fences and stuff like that, and money for people, kids and all that to make sure they nutrition, got food, all that good shit. You
it.
got money for paying for patrol, more patrol border officers, right? They cut that down because Trump said no. That's something that could have been passed.
don't
If
give him a win.
border was a problem for Republicans, why not solve the problem? You feel me? Why let it linger on for? See what I'm saying? They don't want to solve. They in politics too deep. You feel me? But I do appreciate the fact that they stay on message all together. You got Democrats right now biting each other ankles. You know what I'm saying? They stay on message whether they are rapists or pedophile. They don't give a fuck who they are. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stay on message. You know what I'm saying? Democrats get a person that's old and mix two words up. That's it. He gotta go.
Have y'all seen the I know this is a little bit off topic, but it's not off topic. Have y'all seen the latest transcript that was released by Jeffrey Epstein trial?
Yeah.
You know who names all through those last pages? You see Trump name is in
Donald Trump.
every last one of them.
Donald J. Trump. But you
He
won't know all
raped-
this because the last 2 weeks the media been talking about how old Biden has been.
Exactly. Not only that, it's evident that he raped a 13-year-old girl in 2008. He raped another 15-year-old girl in 2008. He raped
Allegedly.
another allegedly by the transcripts that came out from 2008 to 2017. I think it said 2017.
Damn.
Trump
Yeah,
named all,
I've seen some of it, yeah. For
and we
sure.
want to elect him as the president.
His name on a lot of that shit. I mean, anybody that's
It's
right now,
it's videos of him saying, "Oh, look at that girl, she hot," and she was number 13.
and then not only that, you remind me, right? Democrats alone says, all right, Biden might lose the race to Trump, so we gotta change it. To me, I don't blame Biden or any generic motherfucker they put up there, bro. Because at this point, you already know he is a racist, pig, molester, and all types of crooks you can think of. And at this point, it's not Biden's fault that somebody go in some fucking booth and vote for that pig. That is not Biden's fault, bruh. He gave you the alternative of a human being that's not like him. Period. We ain't got to go into debates or nothing else no more. We know these two people are different. And if you vote for a racist pig that's a crook, that's not his fault. That's the voters in America fault. But I've been saying since I've been doing this podcast, America is fucking racist. And y'all proved me right by first electing this clown, but making it close now. I always told Tony it should be 90-10. Biden should win this shit a complete sweep, more than Reagan ever thought of, right? So to me, if anybody pull a level for this racist pig, you either pig your damn self or racist pig yourself, or you're sympathetic to racist pig shit. Period. You can't blame that on Biden, that them voted for this pig. It's not Biden's fault that he slobbed on the mic. It's not Biden's fault that he mixed up people's names. Fuck no. It is the voters' fault to going in that booth and voting for a racist pig. That's how I fucking feel about this. You can't put the blame on Biden and then you as Democrats say, it's getting too close. We got to pick somebody else. Fuck no. It's voters out there voting for this pig. Period.
Like I told you 4 years ago, you had 76 million people voted for
Thank you.
Trump. 76 million.
They still the fuck out there.
And guess what? Guess how much Biden won by? He only had what, close to 80,000?
That's
80 million?
Man, no more so break down.
That's just a 3 million difference.
81, 82 million.
It's the
that's not a huge difference in people.
It's the motherfucking battleground states, and it go by motherfucking. It's really not the popular vote. Me and Tony been trying to express that to people. You know what I'm saying? We do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? We need to go into deep detail dive of what is the motherfucking electoral college compared to the overall vote. And right now, the electoral college is the only thing that Trump and his campaign thinking about. They're not thinking about getting the most Americans in America to vote for them. They don't give a fuck about that. They just want to win the electoral college, and they know every time they run is within 40,000 at the most. So to them, it's just electoral college. Period. They don't give a fuck about 10 million more people voted for him, and Americans themselves don't want him to be president. They don't give a fuck about that. It's just electoral college. You know what I'm saying?
The strategy, that's perfect. And the strategy, but it's just a perfect strategy because he realized.
But Tony don't think they running a good campaign. It's the silliest shit, bro.
Yeah, because the popular vote don't get you in office. The electoral college gets you in office.
They run an exquisite campaign. Not whoever ran Trump campaign before. It's not running now. I know that it can't be. Whoever running now is a shrewd operator, my guy.
I just think the person who's running now got complacent because they want to run it off of, rights, not just rights, but democracy. But if you look at it, we are not a democracy country. We are a republic. The United States is a republic.
And like you said, if the press was to put somebody else in there, it will fuck Trump campaign up because they ran specifically to tell you that Biden is old. And if you switch it up to somebody else, their whole campaign would be flipped upside down because they don't know what the fuck.
He don't have the money to even read. He won't even have the money to even.
All their money is going into making Biden old. That's it. Yeah. They don't care nothing about nothing else because on the topics they lose. But so you got to make Biden old, and he can't go for 4 more years, and that's what Democrats picked up at. All his traps, they picked it up and took the fucking torch, and now torching motherfucking Biden with it.
I don't think they torching Biden with it.
Shit. Last 2 weeks, what we've been talking about.
Because it's the strategy.
If Republicans got handed what they got handed, like I'm saying, they got handed what they was handed by Democrats. Democrats did this. And you mean to tell me Biden is rising in some polls, tied in some polls. The polls he's losing, he's behind in. He's within the margin of error. Trump is not smoking him. If Trump,
you got to realize,
they knew what the fuck they was doing, they be up 9, 10, 11 fucking points on Biden right now.
No. See, what you're explaining is Democratic voters, right? That's not the wide variety of voters that they need to get over the hump.
Look,
We already know Democratic voters gonna come home eventually, right? It's just
they're
people
coming
out there
home.
joint. Hold on. It's just people out there joint. It's just in the middle. I don't think they should exist, but there's people there that don't know what to do right now, right? And those are people you need to talk to right now. If he gotta keep talking to the Democrats that's in his party, he wasting time with that. And meanwhile, you had a Republican motherfucking convention next week. They're gonna take control of the airwaves, right? So that's 2 weeks they're gonna have control. So now this 2 weeks, you done beat your own candidate up. Now they're gonna beat the shit out of them for 2 more weeks. So now this a whole month that your candidate done took an ass whooping. You feel me? And you done engaged in Republican talking points while you was at it. So now they can go in their convention and say, you know what? We were right. Look, the Democrats even telling you their own candidate is not fit for office. They putting themselves in a losing predicament.
Yeah.
Any way you look at it.
I don't think so.
And not only that, if they say he's not fit, he president now. That means he need to leave now, you dumb motherfuckers. They dumb as fuck. Period. If he say he unfit, that's now. Nigga, he president now.
Yes. I think that's honestly, I think that's a throw off.
So it's a double-edged sword by these dumb motherfuckers. Continue doing this. And it's only Democrats picking up.
It's not working. It's not working.
We just found out it's not working though.
It's not
it's
working.
Worked for us media and motherfucking Democrats.
Look,
you can't deny that.
Right now, Biden has 2 networks. He has 2 major news networks basically out to get him. Fox, we already knew.
Oh, you forget about Fox.
CNN, look.
CNN is after him. MSC is after him for being old.
Look, it's backfired on CNN. You know how many motherfucking viewers, how much shit their ratings tanked since they went after Biden? All of that.
Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
I stopped watching.
They disconnected from, bro. Me and you pointed this out before that they disconnected from voters. They disconnected from me and you. Me and you came out from the beginning like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Democrats, get over this shit. Me and you from the beginning felt this, right? Me and you are natural voters, natural people that their instincts. We've given y'all black people instincts off the break. And it's like, what the fuck are y'all keep talking about that for? Me and you said that, right? This been 2 weeks.
But this is the deal. This is the deal.
2 weeks.
Since all this dumb shit that went down, he got more black support. He went from 80 something to something like 91, 92% of the black vote now.
It went up.
Right? He's risen among the Hispanics. He's getting more Hispanics in his corner.
Backfire. It's sympathetic now. It's the old man. We want to look out for the old man now. The grandpa.
And the thing about it is the one category that both of them need to win, is independence. Trump is getting less independence than he already was, and he was smoking him on. He was getting smoked on motherfucking independence. He was getting smoked on independence and young voters. That's why these polls these dumb motherfuckers is taking. That's why they tied in the margin of error, or Biden is overtaking Trump in some of the polls.
And that's why I said both are running good campaigns, bro. You ain't listen to me. No. Biden is running a good campaign too because he combated his own party that's eating him up. He confronted them right in the middle of a campaign and went overseas and took care of business as a president in the middle of a campaign and came back and addressing his party again before going on a press conference that he aced. Right? Me personally, that press conference showed me that he know what the fuck he talking about. I don't know what the fuck he's saying, right? And I know Trump ain't know none of that shit he was talking about there, right? So that tells me he got his fucking sense, right? So anybody that was a Democrat saying before that, oh, I don't know, man. Nigga. If you watch that 90-minute press conference, him asking all those questions, and some of that shit was some foreign shit that none of us know about, Come on, bruh. You can't say he ain't got his sense no more.
I just
This should
think
be over.
if he's still in the race August, that's when a lot of people don't really pay attention to politics until August. To tell you the truth, they don't pay attention to
And that's what motherfucking Biden was trying to tell her. Man,
They don't pay attention to August. I'm gonna tell you why. Because then everybody got to be outside the campaign. Everybody got to be outside talking. Everybody got to be out there. Because fuck these debates. Fuck all this conventions. Fuck all the news shit. Right now, yeah, they feed off news. You know, they but nobody's really paying attention until next month.
And then on top of that, the media think everybody's seen it when they say 50 million people watch this. Bruh, if you was to take out 15 million,
debate ain't shit.
15 million of people that's media, let's take out another 20 million people that's around the fucking world. You're not telling me 50 million people exclusively in America watch that shit, bruh.
Hold on. You can't just think about it. 50 million people in America, but how many people voted in 2024?
It's not only that. It's not that many people watching it just from America. That's not even a lot of people, 50 million. If you say the world watching it and the media is watching it, right?
True.
The media in the world alone take up 30 million. And we sitting here with 20 million of actual Americans watching this shit.
50 million.
Come on.
That's 50 million. 50 million in the United States. Okay. 50 million watch the debate, right?
No, 50 million people watch the debate.
50
Most people watch it from UK, London. They watch it all around the world.
All political figures.
The number was 50 million, right?
Yeah.
Debate. Wherever it was, 50 million, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people watched this press conference yesterday?
I think more people watched the press conference. I don't know.
44 million. 44 million watched the press conference yesterday.
Then you see what I'm saying? Well, some of these people are mostly press. Like 15 million of these people are press.
Yeah.
Look,
and most of these people are foreign people that's not Americans.
But just think about it, though.
The debate was lower. It was the lowest since, I believe.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I think it was Bush the caucus. I'm not sure. It was one of them debates back around that time. Them was the lowest numbers for people watching the debate since then.
And this was terrible.
You had a press conference with only a difference of 6 million people.
And it was no Trump. And it was no Trump.
A motherfucking
exactly.
And it was all Biden.
Exactly.
And he got good reviews for the press conference. But they're not going to tell you, but they're not going to push that. CNN
but I'm telling you is the Democrats won't let it go. It's like he got to run a 40 in 2.2 seconds for them to say, oh yeah, he healthy. Yeah. But other than that, these niggas will still. Somebody came out after the motherfucking press conference, 2 minutes after the press conference, say he needs to drop a Democrat. Bro, 2 minutes after the press conference, you already had this shit laid out. Ain't no way possible. You listened to the press conference and then still said that. You had this shit ready to go regardless. You know what I'm saying, dog? That tells me right there, Tony, that you can't please some of them. No matter what, they're going to still say that.
Look, I'm about to tell you what's going to happen. You got a lot of people who pissed off at these people. I'll be on social media all day. It's a lot of people out there pissed off, and a lot of young people too. What is going to happen is they're going to go into the booth. They're going to pull the lever for Joe Biden, and a lot of these people that's coming out against Joe. A lot of these people that's up for re-election,
or their asses.
People they done pissed off. They're going to vote for Joe, and they ain't going to vote for them. And that's where the fuck. You will fuck around and Joe will fuck around and get elected, but he'll lose the House or the Senate.
I don't like that. Let me tell you why.
Because they shooting themselves in the foot.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. These motherfuckers that came out, these senators and Congress that came out, ask them how much a campaigning and vouching for what Biden has done in their district has they done. I guarantee you none. They just left it up to Biden to tell their district what he done. When they supposed to be motherfucking campaigning there on their own, he gave them shit to run on. Run on it, motherfucker. They not doing it. They just turn around and say, he's not going to pull my district. No, motherfucker, because you're not telling them what he done. You personally not getting out there. You yourself in your district is not fighting for all the shit he done as Democratic president, and you're a Democratic congresswoman, man or woman, and you're not telling your constituencies that all the shit he done helping them. You're not doing that yourself. You're just sitting back saying, nah, you know what? He can't win my district. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all niggas get the fuck away then. Stand aside, and we got business to take up, bro. We got to get Trump the fuck out of here. If you ain't with that, you want to talk about Biden, get the fuck out of the way then. Get on that side. It's only one side here. Period. To me. It's Biden for president. Period. If he say I'm too old, I'm sick, I'm tired, motherfucking Camilla for president. Period. It don't stop. We can't keep rolling like a fucking train, bro, until we get him out of here and we get them two in the motherfucking house. And to me, anything happen after that, both of them just drop dead and anybody can come in there. I don't give a fuck. Long as it ain't Trump and the Democrats are doing what Biden has been done since he been there. Period. Continue that. I don't care who that person is. And as long as Trump is not in office, I don't give a fuck. To me, either one of them, Biden or Camilla, is what I want. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Now, my thing is this. Trump is playing this smart too. Because
I tell Tony this shit, bro. He don't want to give Trump no credit, bro.
Because you know Nikki Haley voted.
Hold on. That's all I give him credit for.
Go ahead. So you know, all Nikki Haley voters, they still voted for her, you know, through the primaries, right? He just downgraded all her voters and her. But guess what? She's getting invited to the Republican National Convention. Why? Because he know he need them people. He does. Pay attention. He know he need votes still. He still need some votes from that popular area. He need them. He need those people from her camp. He knows he needs those people. But at the same time, it's up in the air with her voters because they're gonna look at her like, oh, now you go back with Trump after he just did this, and that. So you never know how her voters are gonna vote. You don't.
Go ahead, Tom.
The only motherfucking good thing Trump did in his campaign, and you can give him credit for, is in the last 2 weeks, he shut the fuck up. He stayed on the golf course. He didn't say nothing. He didn't put nothing. He did his little campaign rally. He didn't say nothing to change what the Democrats was doing. That's all. That's the best thing he did in his campaign strategy. And I'll give him credit for that because I'd have did the same thing. If the other side is burning the house to the ground, you damn right. I'm gonna sit there and watch it burn. That was smart.
So, but that's the thing. That's the whole campaign strategy was to do that from the very beginning.
That's what I'm trying to get him. Was they
the
campaign wasn't burning?
Huh? That's what I'm trying to tell Tony. Was that was the setup? They set this whole thing up to the point where they don't have to say nothing no more. Democrats are taking it from here. You know what I'm saying? And to me,
yeah,
you have to find a way to combat this, right? To me, the voters are already spoken. They want Biden to be president. That's period. Let's go full steam ahead. But as far as these people that's on the sides, I think Biden needs to point them out and say their names and say, look here, from this point on, either you with me or you're not. Say their names. You know what I'm saying? Bring Miss Crockett out there. She'll say their name. You know what I'm saying? That she call them beach blonde bag motherfucking dumbass fool. You know what I'm saying? She'll tell her ass, bring their ass out there one by one. Tell her their 17 names and say, you ain't with this democracy killing this motherfucker that want to kill us, democracy, and take us back to the 1700s as black people. You ain't with this motherfucker. Period. Put them on the spot.
Did you see him?
He's not going to do that because he's not a petty motherfucker.
He needs to
know that, and he know Biden not going to do that because he know that
Trump will do that. Trump will do that.
Trump will do that.
And they're so scared as fuck. They wouldn't say another word out of their mouth.
But Biden won't do that because he's smart enough to know that in the end, he's gonna have to raise, just like they're gonna have to raise him up to get elected. He is going to have to raise them up to get elected because he wants the House and the Senate. If he get the House and the Senate, he can do what the fuck he want to do, and he can do everything that he want to do. That's why he's not going to throw him under the bus. Now, some other people in the campaign or one of them super go under the bus, but he.
Yeah.
He having technical difficulties. So I don't know if y'all ever. I watched CNN last night, and I was watching Abby Phillips.
That's my baby.
And she put on a senator. I mean, I want to say he's from Oklahoma or from somewhere down south. But he put up there and says we need to put out a law that's stopping our people from having welfare, because they want the government to pay for their food, they want the government to pay for their child care, they want the government to pay for this, the government to pay for that. Basically talking about poor people and black people.
Yeah.
He said all that needs to stop now. Congress needs to get us back to what the 1960s used to be. That's what he said. We need to get back to what the 1960s used to be. So Abby Phillips said, this is what the 60s was. It was showing racism, black people getting hoes, black people getting beat with sticks,
Yeah.
colored people water fountain only, what else? Colored people segregated schools, stuff like that. That's what the senator said out of his mouth. We need to get it back to the way that life was in 1960. He just said that it was on her interview last night.
Oh yeah, they simple as fuck, bro. That's why we always point out these motherfuckers that say that dumb shit, bro. They act like they don't remember our history, but they just doing that because they want to be a Republican. And it's hard for me to understand how black people can first be a Republican, which is cool to me. If you want to be a Republican as a black person, cool. But you can't be in a party and watch racism fly all around your head and you don't say a fucking thing. That means you just complicit. You useless for our coaches. You done made yourself useless. The Candace Owens of the world. You made yourself useless. You know what I'm saying? You made yourself Charlamagne God. You're now useless. You're nobody to us because now everything that's been given to you as a black person, you're not using it to help advance black culture. So therefore, you're now swallowed in the world of white people, Jews people, and all that stuff, where you can stay there and be a millionaire, whatever the fuck. But once it's over, it's over.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And black people recognize, like Tony said, we can recognize the fools. You know what I'm saying? The fake fools, and the assholes. We recognize motherfucker coons ASAP. Black people don't play that. You feel me? We can eventually sniff you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Some of us want to be part of that. You know, we got some of those that want to be a part of those coons. And it's not helping the black culture by lying and not saying, hey, who to really vote for. You know, if you're a black person and you are in a place of where you have a major platform and you're not discussing any of this stuff that
that's
we're
my
talking
point.
about right now, your platform, you should just shut your platform down.
That's my point.
Your platform is not relevant at this point in life right now.
That's my point.
Like,
you can't be the host of Breakfast Club and say you don't know who you're not endorsing nobody. It's like, what, nigga? Like, you don't make sense. Most of your money comes from the black culture. Black culture listen to you. You should be able to stir them in the right direction, or don't do politics at all. Don't have people on your joint talking about politics if you don't want to endorse nobody. Because once you have people on your show talking politics and you're engaging in politics, then we want to know what you endorse. That's just common sense. This dumb motherfucker don't use where they at to make change in the black culture. It's the stupidest shit. If that dumb bitch ass nigga, Charlamagne God, would have been on the radio for 2 weeks saying 2025, everybody would have already known about it. Right or wrong. That's the shit I'm talking about, bruh. That's the shit I hate. And then he gonna get on and say, me, I'm just nobody. I don't need to endorse nobody. It ain't gonna make a change. Bitch ass nigga, you just dumb as fuck, bruh.
Yo, that's why you had that platform. Your platform is designed to help make a change.
50 Cent too, he did the same dumb shit.
If you on there talking about the negative stuff, and how people get money and how people doing this and doing that. So now that's the life people see. So that's like people going to want to emulate. But if you telling people, hey, you need to get out and vote for this, this motherfucker about to put
Exactly.
up Project 25 or 2025 on us, you need to get involved in that. You need to go out
You
here and
ain't even
vote.
gotta be like, bro. You ain't gotta tell them what to vote for. You could be like 2025 does this X, Y, and Z to black culture. That's it. I'm moving on. You know what I'm saying? You can't just ignore everything that's gonna fuck us up and say, you know what? I'm just not gonna endorse nobody. That give us the impression that people that don't know, like me and Number Soul Brother and people that watch this podcast, oh, they the same then. You know what I'm saying? Trump can't be that bad. If Charlamagne the God says he's not gonna endorse nobody, if The Rock says it's not important to endorse nobody, then they both the same. You feel what I'm saying? They give the impression that they both the same. Then they both, as black people, don't use their position to influence. So they're doing two dumbass things at once.
I realized a lot. So I was talking to some folks from Detroit, and they explained to me why they're a heavy swing state. And it's about the pocket. So it's the same thing. It's all about their pockets, with how much they can get back on their taxes.
True, exactly. Me and Tom was
And
telling everybody.
that's when you get that 6 figures and stuff like that. So they just looking at their pocket, but they're looking at policies, and policies is getting enforced
Exactly.
for our next generation. My kids should not have less rights than I have.
Exactly. So 50 Cent and Charlamagne the God take motherfucking cues from Jay-Z and Beyonce. They still at the top of their fucking game, and they let you know who is for black culture. They don't play. They don't get in between. I don't like Jay-Z. My brother will tell you that. I don't fuck with Jay-Z. Oh, Beyonce, be honest with you. But they make it clear when it's time to vote for Hillary, vote for Obama. They tell you, vote for Biden. And then they get off the scene and roll out. You feel me? They don't hide and say, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's clear to them every year where black people need to be, and they express it. You cannot deny that these two people do that, and they got money.
But you know that
these niggas scared of their money and just throw our culture under the bus. Y'all look like bitches for that, bruh. Real simple.
But you got to realize also, a lot of things that's missing. People don't understand. It's a lot of people quiet. Where's Oprah at? Where's Tyler Perry at?
I don't like Tyler Perry anyway, but true.
Who's the other black? What's his name? Lee Daniels. Where all these people at? But they was standing out there when Barack Obama was out there. You out there campaigning, doing everything you can to get him in office. Got it. But y'all know the stakes now.
You gotta make yourself clear. Fuck that. Amigos was in the vice president's office the other day talking about gun violence. Yeah. That's what I mean. Make it known, bro. Don't play around with this moment right now. You feel me? And then this is a side thing. Amigos, it's tough for me to. I like the fact that you go in there and you want to fight gun violence, but up until your family member being killed, you didn't give a fuck about gun violence, and you preached gun violence. So it just sounds dumb for you to now go in the vice president office and act like you care about, which I think you do now, because your family member been murdered. You feel me? You see how that attached? You see how people do? Now you can't tell me the Migos gave a fuck about gun violence before Main Man was murdered, right? So now he in the vice president office, he running campaigns about gun violence. Is that all for the Migos? Yes or no? Is that all for the Migos to be now talking about gun violence? That sounds crazy now. Why? Because Main Man was murdered by gun violence. So now it touched him. So now he in the office. Probably before that, he's probably, I like Trump. He talking his shit now. You know what I'm saying? Before that. You feel me? But once it touched your bitch ass, then reality hit. I need to go to the vice president office. not Trump and them. Vice president office, because the guns got to come off the street. Now you see what I'm saying?
But only reason why they want Trump, better, because they want Trump to try to give it their charges.
Trump gives people more money. People that's rich, they stay rich and get richer. Period. That's just the bottom line. If you're poor, minority, Trump agenda fucks you. Period. We can't get no serious than that and more blanket than that. That's why me and my man always do this podcast, because we feel like we can sending this message through normal motherfuckers don't pay no attention to politics. We're not gonna throw 100 words at you. You gotta get your dictionary or some shit to figure some shit out before we finish the sentence. You know what I'm saying? None of that. We're gonna talk directly where you understand us. A nigga walking in the street, just you wouldn't understand exactly what we were saying, but we're putting politics in so you can understand politics. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Tony. Hello, Tony.
Look, I said it before, I say it once again. Shit don't change a motherfucker till it hit them. People don't want to do nothing about gun violence and gun strike. People don't want to do nothing about social programs until they motherfucking go broke. People don't want to do nothing about healthcare until they get sick. That's just how it is. Look, you got motherfuckers like the Migos and 50 Cent too. You going around, you putting out all these goddamn records and shit out about gun violence and shooting the motherfucker, killing the motherfucker, and all this shit. Many men, you know, wish death upon me and all that old good shit until it hits your ass. Then when it hits you, now you crying. Oh man, they killed my man, they killed my brother, they killed my boy. Okay,
now,
you
you
didn't
know
think about that shit when you was making
time to vote.
millions. So I don't want to hear the shit now.
No bullshit.
I feel both of y'all aspects
Right.
of that part, but again, people rap. Most people, like I'm gonna say, like 50 Cent and them back in that, they rap about what we went through in life. They went through the '94 crime. They went through the drugs and they went through all that. So they basically expressing what they actually went through. Now, these niggas nowadays, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? They got guns just to be happy with it. We had guns. We weren't doing this stupid shit.
But what I'm saying is, Amigos is expressing the life of normal black person in the hood, but at the same time, they went out their way to express the gunplay, the gun violence part of it. They put that in their rhymes explicitly to add on. It wasn't their normal life. They don't know gunplay, but they put it in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was telling him the difference between 50 Cent and the now generation. If I said back then, we was actually 50 Cent and people that was back then. Yeah, they was rapping about something they went through because they went through all the crime, the drugs. But this generation is something different. It's different because they don't go through the shit that we.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So that's why I was explaining the difference between because he's put 50 Cent in there. I was like, well, that's kind of different because Migos didn't go through the shit that we went through. Yeah, they didn't go through some shit, but they didn't go through what 50 Cent and us went through back in the day.
Yeah, that was one thing me and Tony bumped heads for early in the podcast was he felt like rappers were influencing people but I felt like people was just telling their normal stories. You know what I'm saying? Just the way black people lived, and that it came off to the normal people, the white culture of that's wild, that's different. To walk around with guns, to call each other niggas, and all that wild shit seemed different to other cultures besides ours. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is the bigger picture of things, right? It's just that white culture don't see things the way we see it, right? So if you was to say buy and get out, and black people say, hell no, what the fuck you talking about? We see it different. We see Trump being president way more catastrophic for us than an average white person, right? So I always told Tony, a white person at a certain extent will fight for our rights, will help us fight for against racism, but in the end, it does nothing to them, right? Racism benefits a white person, if anything, right? So if they can just say, no, I don't want to do anything, they will benefit from racists. They will benefit if Trump will be president because his gender will be racist. So our average white person will benefit him being president, period. Whether they was racist or not, just being white will benefit from a white agenda, from a white person in office, period. You know what I'm saying? Just by you not even being involved, you could be saying, I'm not racist with him, but I voted for him. At the same time, you causing black culture and minorities to suffer under this, something you won't suffer as a white person. Feel me? So you got to just be a person that has feelings as a white person to feel for the black person and feel for the minority when a racist is running things because it don't hurt you. You feel me? a person racist being running the country doesn't hurt a white person at all. It helps a white person because their goal is to help white people advance and do everything and be in control and run shit. So to them, even if they ain't involved, they benefit. So they don't have to get engaged and say this and that. Us as black culture, we got to be like, no, fuck that. No, we ain't playing around with just taking him out and doing all that. No. We got too much at stake. We got way more at stake than you, white man, and motherfucking wherever the fuck you came from and said, Biden need drop. You feel me now? It's way more at stake for us black culture. That's why you got the CBC saying, hell, slow down. Biden is a candidate. Let's go. You feel me? Because we can't risk flipping this shit and playing games and playing chess with this shit because we have to win as a black culture. Because we get set the fuck back as minorities, period. I don't give a fuck if you're MAGA. If Trump become president, I don't give a fuck how senile you are. We as minorities lose. We as women lose, period. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line to the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to wake up to that. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. You know what I'm saying, dog? We had do things remote and all types of shit, but we here anyway. Friday, me and my man, the number one soul brother. We got the Godfather in here with us tonight, man. We just feel like we want to express the black culture feelings, right? You can't watch TV and think all those white people know how we feel. You know what I'm saying? They don't. I don't know a person that been polled in my life. And all I know is black people. You know what I'm saying? So whoever they polling, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when they show you polls of black culture and what they thinking, you can forget that. That's a damn lie. All right? You get the polls when you got motherfucker Biden up there on the stand and they screaming, Biden. When you hear black people screaming that in Detroit and motherfucking Michigan and all over the motherfucking black states, when he go to a black church and 600-700 people show up to that joint, and he ain't got to stage this. That's when you realize the TV is disconnected with the voters, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we do this podcast, to get the information out. You know what I'm saying? You got something to say, we got Godfather?
Please, if you are a black podcast, you need to be putting out this 2025 and letting them know there's only one choice in this election. If you're not doing that, you failing us as black people. That's all I have to say. Good night.
Trust me, me and Tony is on y'all ass. You got something to say, we got it, Tony? Everybody know that watch the podcast. We on that ass.
God damn it. Get your ass out there and vote. That's what you
definitely got to get registered. Yeah, exactly.
Get your ass out there and vote, and all this other shit is irrelevant.
Again, don't let them think that your vote as a black man don't count, because it do. We run shit in the Democratic Party. We got to say so, whether people like it or not. Us black people got to say so in this party. We might not have to say so in the other party, but we're relevant. You know what I'm saying? We got them catering to us. You feel me? Even though we know they full of shit, but they catering to us anyway. Appreciate everybody though for tuning in tonight. You know what I'm saying, dog? Hoodview Politics each and every Tuesday night live on Soul Brother for sure.
They got a dumbass. Trump got some dumbass fucking supporters. This motherfucker got some of the dumbass supporters.
Oh no! I want y'all to know. I sent a link to two MAGA Republicans tonight. They didn't show. Whether y'all see it or not, it's nothing but us.
They never show.
Suspects. We want that debate, bro. If y'all out there, y'all MAGAs or fucking just a Republican black person, we want your ass. Come on the podcast, bro. If y'all watching right now and you know somebody that's a conservative black person, send them to us. You know what I'm saying? If they're MAGA, we really want to hear from them. You feel me? That's why we here. You know what I'm saying, dog? Appreciate everybody, though. You know what I'm saying, for tuning in tonight on this Friday night. We'll see y'all Tuesday live. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood.